Yo, check it. Welcome back to another podcast episode
in Masterpiece Studio. And we're on episode what, JERiCK?
This is number 56. Probably.
And the reason why we're so unsure is because we've been doing a lot.
We did 3 this week.
Yeah,
Wait.
3. So we're ahead of the game.
We did 4 in like the last 2 weeks. So we might take a break for the next 2.
Yeah. Well, we got another one on Friday, so don't forget.
Oh, we do?
Oh, we do.
Oh.
I told you about it.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
That's right.
see?
See, that's why it's like there's so many that it's so hard to keep track.
But now we can take a breather after and just kind of plan out what we want to do next.
Or not.
Just keep it
Or we
strong.
just keep going.
Or we just keep going and then
Keep
we'll be
going.
like 70 years old.
Yeah,
and still
keep going until we burn out. Let's
still
go.
got to play what we did in our 50s. I'm just kidding.
1,562.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna.
We'll have to
I'm
keep
gonna
a
move your
tally.
mic a little bit closer. Don't be shy.
Okay.
All right. So we have a special guest today.
Would you?
Hi.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah. Yep, Sarah Brandon. Thanks for having me on
Of
here.
course.
I'm excited.
Of course.
What do you do?
What do I do?
Just do a quick introduction of
Introduce
who you are. Do a little.
Talk to the crowd.
All right. Well, I'm Sarah. I've kind of been all over a little bit. I like living life. I like trying new things, and right now, currently, I'm running my own online business.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of switched over about 6 months. I was a teacher, actually.
Oh, no kidding. What
Yeah.
what grades?
So after my teaching credential, I went into middle school PE for my first year, and then I taught high school dance because in California they are requiring performing arts programs in each high school, and so each high school pretty much has a whole dance program, and so I got to teach. Yeah, dance for a couple periods. It was a cool job. It's definitely a cool gig. So.
Oh, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah, but I moved over here about 2 years ago in the Reno area, and I just decided to do a huge career change about 6 months ago. And
Hey, good for you.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. So now you work for yourself then?
yep.
Oh, very nice. And what's your career change? What do you do now?
I'm running a health and fitness business to help other people kind of achieve those goals. And then I like to also recruit people who also want to do this kind of business as well.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Fun.
Very cool. And then only because I was there. So the shirt that you're wearing, the Reno Empire.
Hey, she's rocking it.
What do you do there?
I have taught classes there, and I also dance on the heels team and the bachata team.
And she is very good.
Oh.
I saw it myself with my
Yeah.
eyes.
You're so
And
mean-
catch her on JERiCK's music video.
Yeah, it's already out, and yeah, that's how we met.
Yep.
You know,
Just a couple weeks ago, actually.
yeah, 2 to 3
Oh
weeks
wow,
ago.
only a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, I met her at the audition. I mean, I think we've been Facebook friends for a little bit,
Yep.
but
Yeah,
Face-
and then we had to audition for the music video, and that was funny.
that was very awkward for me.
Was it? What was it? What was he like?
No, I was telling her about the story when I told Monique that I needed dancers.
Right.
And then she told me, like, hey, we have practice. Just come over and, just we can talk, watch. And I didn't expect her to have a full audition.
Right.
So she had the girls lined up and I was like,
JERiCK's like, I
Oh.
thought you were gonna do this for me.
I know. I thought you were just going to tell me who to pick and,
No, not at
So,
all.
Dang.
yeah, so that was a little awkward.
Do you remember my part in where I came, we were all walking forward and we had to do this improv and I came too close to you?
Oh, yeah.
That was an accident. That wasn't even intentional. And my Mo later was like, that was really good. I was like, I did not mean to do any of that. I was way too close. I didn't.
Way to stand out, and JERiCK's probably frantic, in his mind.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, it was very uncomfortable for some reason. It's not because, obviously the girls did great.
maybe because you weren't prepared though either.
Yeah,
You know what I
mentally.
mean? So it's like you just came in there and you're like, oh God. And I'm sure it's
Just like every single guest that comes to the podcast. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing?
I know. Honestly, we don't even know. So,
Yeah, so
every podcast we wing it.
but yeah, it's
That's horrible.
That's awesome. I mean, you get it. It's real. It's authentic.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
just
go.
like I'm not used to. I guess I'm just not used to that kind of a situation. I
Right.
guess when I have to pick people
Right.
Yeah. No.
and picking people in that way too, and it's just like I was telling her earlier. It's like it gets to a point where it's a little uncomfortable because I don't want to seem creepy, but then at the same time, like it has to be like because the video is about or the song is about sex, so it has to be sexy in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to choose to like who can move,
Who can be the sexiest?
basically,
I mean,
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, most dancers, actually all dancers know, we get the feeling and the idea. We've done auditions. Sometimes we get picked, sometimes we don't. It's kind of like acting, you move a certain way and that might fit for that specific video, but then I move a completely different way that might not work for another video,
Right.
and I won't get picked. So
That's true.
it's
That's
just
true.
kind of the beast.
it's the industry,
Yeah.
So, and the only reason why I know is because way back when I did a little dancing, but more so my musical career. I mean, have you ever done auditions, JERiCK, for like piano or anything?
Not auditions. I did some recitals and stuff.
Okay. Kind of the same thing,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty known, I think, standard to audition and understand what it's like to be critiqued and or picked or not picked. So
Yeah, that's true. And I just felt bad too because like I'm not. I guess like I said, like I'm not used to picking people.
yeah,
Especially the
that's because
movement,
you're a
too.
good guy.
I know I'm too much of a good
He's
guy.
trying to be innocent. He's like, I want to pick everybody.
Exactly.
You just have to make like 10 videos and
That's true.
Exactly.
use everybody.
That's why on the next video
Yeah.
I want to include everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have a plan for a video where I want to do a dance circle, I guess. Is that what you call it?
Dance party.
cool.
Yeah. And then we want to
cool.
shoot it in Roller Kingdom.
Oh, sick.
That'd be cool.
Are you going to be in the circle though? You can't have a dance circle and then you don't like bust out any choreography.
Hell yeah, I'm going to bust out my moves.
Oh,
I got
there
some
you go.
moves I've been holding back, Felicia.
Have you? What move is that, JERiCK?
I didn't want to show up the girls, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna act cool, like I don't want to show up any of the girls. I could split.
And that's
I could
why
split.
he asked me to take classes. See,
Yes.
he's like,
we
need
are
to
actually gonna take classes at Empire. So me and Felicia,
yeah.
and Sarah said she might be planning a class where, or am I going too soon?
No,
Or
I
do
mean these are hopeful things,
This
but yeah.
Yeah. She said she was gonna do an intro class. Or
Yeah,
how
some
do you-
kind of like just helping the basic technique or skills in dance that you see in most classes, like 3-step turns in a hip hop class, or if you do a step together step to
Yeah, I feel like that's what we need,
Yeah.
To at
Make it
least
fun,
get us
good
started,
music.
get our foot in the door, and not get.
Not look like a complete fool on the dance floor.
But it's such a fun environment.
Yeah, it's
like
fun.
it
Yeah.
really
I
is,
know.
and everyone's so supportive. Everyone there just wants to just move and have a good time, and everyone wants to cheer you on, and that's what makes dance so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun.
What
That
made
sounds
you want
fun.
to take classes, Felicia?
Me?
Yeah.
So, okay. So I used to dance before. So when I was younger, like 3 through 10, I did ballet, tap, and jazz.
Okay.
And then once I was 10, I started getting a little bit older, and I kind of started getting exposed to like hip hop and lyrical. I did like, it was called The Gifted and Talented in elementary school.
Oh, look at you.
And so I
gifted
did that
and
at
talented.
TMCC, and that's when I was first exposed to like lyrical. So I did a little bit of that. But then once I stopped going to like dance classes, I actually used to be with the Reno Dance Company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like when I was really young, like super baby young, and that's how I learned. But then once I kind of got away from it, because like my family wanted me to do like tap and ballet and do like I don't know, like the classics of dance. And I don't know if that's the right term, but the basics.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something different, so then I stopped like going to dance and going to a school for dance. But then my friends, my circle started doing like hip hop, like choreography and stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds really fun. And like, I just like to dance with music. So I started doing choreography, and in my inner circle, we started doing like a dance crew, and we were called
Yeah,
Commotion.
She was in a dance crew.
That's awesome.
And we did like a couple of competitions. And mind you, like,
Did you guys do like perform like a show here in town too?
yeah, we put on like our own event. We did a couple of events for like, because a lot of us were Filipinos or Asian. So we did like some shows for like the Filipino singers that would come into town. We even went to like some of the events down in San Francisco and did some of that stuff. But like we were very intermediate, like beginners, you know what I mean? But a lot of the dancers that were part of that group went on to be a part of bigger hip hop dance groups like in Vegas. And then one of our biggest choreographers, Jay,
he's in New York.
he went to school for dance, and now he does choreography professionally for like Broadway's in New York.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
But anyway, so why I wanted to do that was like a long story. A long lead up is because I miss dancing, and it kept me, I wasn't in like the greatest shape, but it kept me like active.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm like, maybe if I just start up again, because it was super fun. You know, even if I have no idea what I'm doing, you know,
Yeah.
it felt fun and I felt good doing it. So even like while I was searching for stuff like that, I tried to do like Zumba.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, teach me, because it's fun. It's fun.
is. I agree, 100%.
I've
But
never
I'll
done
feel
Zumba.
better if you come too, because
I'll go.
yeah,
I
I
want
know
to take
you'll go.
classes.
And look, like the one hip hop class on Wednesday nights, it's so fun. Like everyone's in. It's like big
That's the
group.
beginner, right?
Yes.
That's the 8:30
Yeah.
8:30 one?
The
Okay,
8:30,
cool.
Yeah.
I was looking at the schedule, so
the
see, I'm
level one.
serious.
The
you know,
teachers
it's
are
the level one.
phenomenal.
I was like, let me make sure it says
Who teaches
level
that?
one.
Is it Brandon?
Brandon, and I think they're going to be switching it with another person as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't want to say the wrong person. I think it might be Ray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are two cool people.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
fantastic
Yeah.
teachers. So.
Why do you want to dance, JERiCK?
Yeah.
I think I just want to learn at least, like, you know, some few moves here and there,
Right.
because like I can groove, like I have rhythm,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
but it's different when you actually move your body in a different ways,
Right.
you know, and not just like, hey, you know, I'm just like moving.
More like choreographed,
Yeah.
or polished,
A little
rather.
more like bodily
Technical,
aware.
yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
that
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah.
I want to, you know, like move my body like this.
Wow.
That's intermediate.
that's
That was your
beginner.
move.
Yeah, that's my move right here.
You've been
But,
holding back.
but like my whole body,
But with
you
his
know?
body. That's
We'll
a
get you
skill,
there.
though.
Yeah.
That's such a skill.
But yeah, I think I don't know, I feel like it'd be fun. I want
Yeah.
to try bachata. We should try bachata.
It is so fun.
Isn't that like the more sensual? Mm-hmm. Oh, that seems nice.
It is.
Sorry, babe.
We can bring Anthony. He could take
Yeah.
classes.
You know, I would love it if he would, though. That'd make me happy. I don't know if he would, but if I told
Good
him,
date night.
if I told him what kind of dancing it was, he'd be like, "Well, who are you gonna partner with?" I'll be like, "You, if you came."
Exactly.
But if you don't come, I don't know.
It could be anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because apparently that's your kind of, is it salsa or bachata? That you're
Yeah,
kind
yeah. I've done salsa in the past, but right now the bachata team has kind of taken my heart, and
Wow.
it is so fun.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think my whole life I've been, you know, dancing pretty much, and I've started kind of like you with ballet and tap, and I was in like a program in high school, and you know they kind of introduced us to hip hop, but even then hip hop was like still pretty newish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so my teachers weren't really experienced in it, and so we were kind of just stuck in those three types: lyrical, ballet, jazz, and tap, and then they would bring in like someone to teach us social dancing. For
Social
like
dancing?
Yeah, so like salsa and
Oh, okay.
like swing. And I just was like, this is amazing. I love this. And so I got a taste of it when I was a kid. And then, you know, when you go off to college, you usually focus in modern and those kind of styles. And it wasn't until I got to move here and Empire has given me that option to kind of get back into that more energetic dancing. And the social dancing, the partner dancing is a whole nother world, because my whole life I told myself like, okay, you got to take control of your body. You know, you take control of your arms and what your legs do. But now I have to follow. And sometimes my partner is like, Sarah, let me follow or let me lead you. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have control of my body my whole life. Yeah. So it's been a fun challenge. I love it.
Yeah, because when I went to Cabo, my friends went to this bar, and then all they played was, all the bachata music, salsa. And I'm just like, damn. Like, I want to dance, but it's tough. Like,
Right.
it's not one of those dances that just like,
You can just jump
if you go,
in.
Yeah, if you go to a hip hop like bar or something, you can just like chill and like
Yeah.
do 2 steps or whatever. But it's very technical, so like you can't just like jump in and.
But you also said too when you went to that party a couple weeks ago, you learned the basic step of bachata. That's basically it.
like the footwork. But during that time, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but
That sounds fun. Let's do it.
yeah,
Let's
it'll be
do it,
fun.
I'll see you guys there.
And don't be fooled, guys. I know I said I had all this dance background. It's been a long time, and these hips crack. So
Those hips lie, Felicia.
they're definitely lying. Right?
They're lying.
They're gonna lie when you see it, and you'll be like, "Damn, she was a liar."
Those hips be lying.
Yeah, way lying. But I try. It's like I try to dance in my room, and I'm like, "Dude, what happened to these things? I need like gallons of oil on each joint."
Gotta butter them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to dance when I was a kid too, but I don't know why I stopped. Because I think like I used to dance like the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNC dances.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yep,
Little
I can
Britney
bust a move.
Spears.
Yes.
Yeah, like the bye bye bye.
Yeah.
The
there
Darren's
you
dance
go.
grooves. I don't know if you guys had that. But
Yeah, but after that, like I just stopped. I just went
Wow.
on to like singing. I guess it was easier.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Because if
Should
you
hear me
heard me sing, you would want me to unsing.
Yeah.
If that was a real thing.
Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah. So to sum that up, we're all dancers here.
We're all
Yes.
really great dancers.
Yeah.
All
Vodka
levels
told
of
me
dancing.
once I was a really good dancer.
I think that tells everybody a lot of things. A lot of things we don't want to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, but before we get too far, man, we've already started like talking about things.
Yeah.
But we got to ask our 2 questions.
Yeah.
What's our first question, Jerry?
All right,
Oh,
I'm
do
ready.
you want me to ask
You ready?
her the
Yeah,
first
the
question?
first one.
The first question is, what is your guilty pleasure?
Oh my goodness.
You can't lie.
What is it?
How would you know?
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
You're right. We won't know.
So you can come up with some stuff.
Oh, there's so many guilty pleasures. I mean, I have to say, like, coffee is actually one of my biggest guilty pleasures. Like, I
Well,
hate
how
to
many-
admit this, probably like 4 cups a day.
Oh,
if I'm
4
gonna be,
cups.
yeah, I'm gonna be real with you.
That's
Big
a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, big cups of
Yeah.
coffee.
And you know what?
Jugs.
This is a family problem. This is like my grandma drinks 6 cups of like coffee and tea a day. My mom's the same way. So I blame it on them, really.
Damn,
My
that's a lot.
goodness.
I know.
Is it good coffee at least?
I mean, I'll take whatever. At 4 p.m.
Sitting on the coffee machine for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been on the coffee
day.
machine all day.
Wow. You know, coffee's good though. I didn't have an appreciation for coffee until I had my son.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't tired until.
And then, yeah. But I was like one of those, I wanted to, I don't know what it was. Oh, coffee made me really jittery,
Oh, yeah.
you know? And I don't know what it was. It still kind of makes me jittery. Like if I have too much, I'll feel like anxious, you know?
It's funny
But-
because like I don't drink coffee for that. I drink it because I like the taste. So I like the bitter sweet of coffee.
Right.
'Cause, I mean,
so do you just drink like black coffee?
no.
Oh,
I'm more of like that sugar it up, milk it
Oh.
up kind of type of coffee, you know.
Not me.
The Dutch Bros.
your black coffee?
Oh, black coffee.
See, I'm trying to like, when I first started drinking coffee, it was black coffee. And then I got like a taste of the lattes and all the, and I'm like, no, I want to go back to appreciating coffee
I mean,
for its taste.
it is a lot healthier to drink just like black coffee though.
So
Yeah.
what's your favorite coffee? Or like if you were to recommend a coffee for us to
Like
drink.
a place here in Reno, or just like any kind?
Both. Maybe like a coffee shop, and then also maybe
Your
a good
at-home coffee.
at-home coffee or something.
Yes. So, well, I have one. If you ever get a chance to try Cuban coffee, it is phenomenal. I lived in Florida, South Florida, for a
Oh,
little
is
bit.
that the one that like they put it in like a shot glass?
I think this is where my problem started. Really.
Those things will get you there. Mm-hmm. Those things will. I don't know what they put in there.
Is it like espresso kind of?
Yes, it's like this tiny little cup. But I mean, I don't think they filter it at all. It's
Right.
probably just a bunch of coffee grounds. Just
And
like,
it's kind of sweet too, isn't it? I feel like they put sugar in
they
there.
definitely put sugar in there.
Yeah.
But it's just like you
Ew.
take a shot of that, and then you have cafe con leche as well after that.
Sounds amazing.
It's so good. And then their pastries are really great too. So if you ever get a chance to try Cuban coffee,
Yeah, when I went to Miami, I tried that. I'm like, all right, this is pretty good.
Damn.
then you're
But
all,
it's like not one of those things that you sip, you just like take it and go.
Sounds delish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
so I definitely recommend that. Coffee here, I mean, I love Bebo's coffee. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. And then I can't remember the name of it. I'm so bummed. It's in Midtown. I'll have to look it
Is
up.
it-
It's something roasting.
Is it just Stella's?
Maybe it's
There's
just Stella's.
there's just Stella. There's Old World Coffee.
Oh yeah, there's that one
Hub
too.
Roasters.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I liked just Stella's. That was good. I think
That one's
was,
by like Finbom and
Yes.
Cafe de Thai and stuff in that area.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That one's really good. That's
Yeah.
my go-to right now.
They're good.
But I switch it up.
Those are some good options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do
You
you
want-
go?
I go to if I like to go like sit down somewhere, I like to go at Lighthouse Coffee because I kind
Yeah.
of like chilling at the marina, even though it gets a little too crowded in there.
Yeah,
But,
they get busy.
Yeah, Lighthouse Coffee at the marina is a pretty cool spot to go, and I don't know, I'm a Dutch Bros coffee.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's basically a
Sugar
smoothie.
coffee.
It's a sugar coffee.
So
Yeah.
good. It is good.
Some coffee with your sugar.
Yeah,
But
it's
if
like
you want like a sweet tooth, yeah, I've
yeah,
had-
because like I drink my coffee as
A
I guess
treat?
like a treat and like a dessert,
Oh, okay.
Not me, yeah.
and not necessarily to wake me up. I just like the taste of it.
right.
Yeah.
But
See, I
what
like
I-
both.
What
I
I've
like
been
how it does. and
doing
then the
lately
taste,
is
too.
I've been making. So Trader Joe's have this cold brew, like instant cold brew,
Oh, okay.
and then I just put almond milk and then that and then a little bit of sweetener.
Oh, that sounds
Pretty
pretty
bomb,
good.
That does
pretty
sound good.
bomb.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
And
Nice.
because I don't like hot coffee, I like iced.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't care if it's like blizzard outside. I'll probably
Get an iced coffee.
yeah yeah. I'm not-
Wild. No, thank you.
Yeah, when I used to go to UNR, like it would be snowing outside. I'm going to class. I would buy Starbucks. I'm like freezing, and I'm still have my like iced coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, bro,
Yeah,
you got the ice in the cup.
I feel like I chug iced coffee way faster. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
get to
because
enjoy
I
it.
could
you know.
see that. Yeah, especially when if they put a
'Cause you-
straw in there. Oh,
yeah,
God,
because you
it's
don't
like
burn.
gone in
You know,
2
you don't
seconds.
burn your tongue. So
Got it.
yeah.
All right.
Anyways, second question.
Second
please.
question is I'm blanking here. What's the second question? Oh, so what is your most current obsession?
Besides dance.
Besides dance, because I feel like that's like a
That's
no
like your
brainer.
life.
You know.
Hobby.
Like hobby life.
yeah. Man, that's a good question. I would say actually doing photo shoots has been something I'm really enjoying a lot.
Nice.
It's definitely hobby. It's definitely just for fun. But I've been being able to work with a couple local photographers in the area, and it's just been kind of fun to create with them. And
Cool.
yeah, I've been enjoying it. So.
That's fun. That's nice.
Yeah, we just got done
Yeah, you
shooting.
guys just shot.
Yeah.
Was it lifestyle or editorial fashion?
Lifestyle.
guess, like, lifestyle editorial ish.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of the above.
yeah, basically.
Basically an excuse for me to buy new clothes.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun. We went to Rum
Sugar.
Sugar Light.
Sugar.
Yes.
RS.
Yeah. The bar,
Well.
Or so, yeah, I was like, wait, what's the
like
next
the
part?
bar looks cool. Like I like the.
Yeah, it's nice
Yeah.
how they set it up in there. I think that
Hey.
used to be. No, I don't think that was it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go to Midtown often, so I don't really know what's out there.
Yeah,
It has grown so much.
Yeah,
I can't
it
believe
has.
it.
Yeah, it has changed a lot.
become a whole new world.
It used to be a little ghetto. Now it's a little bougie.
I was going to say, when we
A
were
little
back in
ghetto.
college, we found out that we went to UNR at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We probably had the same classes at some
We
point.
got the same
No
major
kidding.
and everything.
Yeah, we have the same major.
are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. That
What
is-
year did you graduate?
2014.
I think mine was like 2015. I don't know. I don't remember.
I would not be surprised if we just sat across the classroom.
Yeah, we probably did. I mean, I was kind of like I didn't really talk to people. I was just like back in the day. I was just like, don't talk to me.
And
Just-
you're
Oh,
a communication major.
yes, exactly.
hilarious.
That's why I was like, I probably should take communication, so I
Right.
can learn to talk to people. But
Wow.
yeah, small world.
Yeah.
That
Crazy
is small
world.
world. Anyways, all
right,
right.
let's
What
get
are
on.
we talking to? What are we talking today? Well, yeah. What are we talking about today?
Today, our topic is body image.
Image.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Effects.
Yes. Oh, that's how you guys do your facts.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's all Felicia.
They're all
All those like
recordings.
cool effects, those all Felicia.
Yeah. So hit me up if you need me. Oh gosh.
But yeah, I think
Right.
it would be kind of talk about like just the standard of what beauty is, and also all the insecurities, confidence. I feel like just
Yeah.
anything that goes,
Through my mind every day.
Yes.
yeah, basically.
Seriously.
You
'Cause I
know?
think everybody
ongoing
struggles with it,
Yeah.
As much as people don't want to admit it, everybody does. It's just,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
And I think you go through waves in your life too, you know, depending on, what the world brings you. But I definitely see myself going through certain times where I'm feeling a little bit more confident and stronger. And then there's times in my life where I'm feeling a little bit more insecure.
Right. It comes and
You
goes.
wanna explain what your thoughts about like body image and like how it affects your life?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll just talk from my experience, and I think I've really went up and down with my confidence in my body image and what I should look like when I was a kid, even.
Right.
I mean, I know you can probably agree at some point that when we were really young, there was this expectation of what we thought we should look like.
Yes.
Even at our age, and we just got the taste of AOL and Facebook.
Right, yeah.
We weren't even in the middle of this whole social media world. So, but when I went into high school, I got into that dance world, and you look around and, there's a certain type of body image, especially with a specific style of dance. And so it was my summer of beginning of my senior year, and I just saw a picture of me, and I was going into like the senior sunrise or whatever, and we're eating like muffins or whatever, just being kids. And we took a picture, and it's just the way my arm sat. Like, I'll never forget this picture. This is like, 12 years now. And it was just the way my arm was sitting, and it just right there, I was like, I don't want to look like that.
Wow.
It was just a moment, and I have a very get it done kind of personality. And so I was like, I'm going to lose weight. And it was 3 weeks later, I lost weight. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to lose more weight. And it became kind of this game for me in high school and senior year. And so by Christmas, I was 98 pounds, and I was anorexic. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
And so I was battling with that my whole senior year, and it was another activity towards the end of the year. It was a anatomy class I had to take, and we were doing this big poster, and we had to trace our partner. So you lay down on the poster and I traced my partner.
Oh,
you know, I was
gosh.
like, okay. And then they're like, okay, now switch. And she traced me and I saw it. I was like, like arms. I was like, my arms are so skinny. It was like, I needed that visual. You know, I had seen I had seen a therapist at that time, and my family was concerned about my health. But it was that moment where I was like, oh, I'm skinny. Like, this is unhealthy.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. And so that was the beginning of my like up and down of like losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight.
Right.
And so, and, you know, in college, freshman year, I gained the freshman 25, whatever it was. But, you know, you go to the dorms and they feed you whatever you want and you don't have any control and you gain weight, right?
Right.
And then you drink too. So
I mean, all the food and all the drinks. Yeah.
exactly. So I remember gaining weight again in freshman year and then lost it again sophomore year and did pretty good throughout college. And then, you know, when your life changes, like I had moved around, that stress and anxiety brings weight back on.
Yeah.
And so then again, I was in that cycle of seeing myself gain weight and then I got to lose weight. And, you know, I was just recently last summer, I had a surgery and, you know, you can't work out when you had a surgery. So you gain a little bit of weight after. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this cycle. I'm done with going up and down and, you know, being uncomfortable in my skin and then not trying to sustain, like they're trying to sustain a unrealistic lifestyle of like cutting calories way down like we were talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to find something that's consistent. And so that's kind of where my life has been going ever since last July. And it's been good. It's like we talk about, it's definitely affected my life, but you learn from it too. You know, it's definitely a great learning experience. And it's still a battle every day, you know, like you can find yourself going into that mindset of like, I need to look a certain way or my belly needs to look a certain way. And then, but now I'm old enough to where I'm like, you know what, Sarah, you need to stop, you know, you need to feed yourself and you need to feel good and you need to be proud of who you are. There's so much more to you than your belly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ultimately, like people want to know you. They want to know your personality. And that's what I mean, my tattoo says beauty lies within. And it's a reminder every day that the beauty is what's on the inside. And so that's what I'm going to try and work on every day is how I can make, you know, my personality better. And a personality that someone wants to hang out with.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's a lot more important, you know. I mean, like obviously, like physical is important too. Like you wanna feel healthy, you know. But a lot of it too is just mostly like mental.
Yeah.
Because like if you don't have your head right, you're still gonna, regardless of how you look, you might have a six pack or the nicest body, but because like for me, I'm as a photographer, I've worked with so many models. Obviously, a lot of them are like, you know, gorgeous, but then they're like a lot of them are very insecure about, you know, their bodies. Even though like you look at the photos like, oh yeah, you look like, amazing.
It's like you
know?
want to be that person. I'm like,
like a lot of people are like, man, I want to be that, you know. And then like they're like I've met with like so many like models that are very insecure.
Yeah, they have that internal battle that they're dealing with.
Constantly. And it happens with anybody, like regardless of your size. You know, like if like my sister, like her and I have this conversation because like my sister looks great to me, but she'll have the same thoughts that I do with how I look, you know. And I'm like, how do you think? Like, how could you think that way? I'm like, you look fine, but it doesn't matter. Like our perception is our perception, but your perception of yourself is so crucial, like for your health overall. You know what I mean? Because it'll fuck you up. Like, there's really no other way to kind of express that, but your image, your reflection will fuck you up. It will. You know what I mean?
It takes you in a path either way.
Yeah.
Especially like in high school too, and that's kind of it's like basically like the pinnacle, you know, like that's how people judge you, like on how you look.
Yeah.
And like in high school, as a guy, I guess weight wasn't as much of a concern, but it was more of like how you dress, you know? Like, do you have the flyest clothes?
Right.
It's really interesting. Like,
Yeah, like-
I think I remember talking to a couple guy friends, and they were always insecure about not having Vans or like the newest shoes.
Yeah, I don't know how like people dress like now in high school. Like, obviously they dress a little different, but back in the day, back in my day, man, we sound so old.
I know.
But like
God.
we used to rock like the what did we used to wear?
Chucks.
No, not Chucks. Like the Fat Farms,
Oh yeah,
the K
brand.
Swiss.
Yes.
Chucks were in there too.
I mean, Chucks is always in, you know.
Staple.
I feel like that's just like a staple, but
The long tees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the
then-
long
And
tees
he
for
used
sure.
to dress baggy,
very baggy too. I would dress like 3XLs.
and he was tiny
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so
too.
in.
Like, why are you wearing a dress right now? It's a nightgown.
I know, it just like goes all the way down here. Very baggy. I would wear hats.
Yeah, I
and,
used
like,
to wear the hats.
Yeah, we would wear really baggy clothes, and not just that too. It's like depending on like what brand you would wear, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how kind of guys deal with the body image, I guess. Like if you have the best clothes, the best shoes. At least that's how it was for
Right,
me,
right.
like high
for your
school.
experience.
Definitely.
How about you, Felicia? Anyone want to talk
Oh
here?
man, I always seem like I have the most issues.
And we all got issues.
Everybody got issues, Felicia. It's all
Yeah.
good.
No, but your stories I can relate to as well. So let me just preface it with I come from my mother's Filipino, right? And so it's almost like their beauty standard for you to be thin and also be very white, which I'm not entirely proud of because I'm mixed, right? My
Yeah.
dad's Italian, my mom's Filipino, and so they take pride in lighter skin.
Okay.
You know, which obviously now that's an issue. Like I feel like my family is beautiful and they should, you know, accept their skin, but even more so being really thin. And so my mom kind of grew up with that mentality. And I think she wanted us to also be very, very thin, but I grew up very chubby. Like I was extremely chubby. So I was bullied a lot all throughout elementary school. Middle school was a nightmare. And so I don't know what happened, but I wanted to be a model. Like I wanted to model, you know what I mean? And so obviously when you look at pictures, the idea of models is you're just very thin. Like I used to stay up late at night. And I forgot what channel it was, but they would do runways.
Yeah.
And so I would just watch the runways like
It
all
was
night.
America's Next Top Model. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
well, no, it was even just like they would just show the fashion shows.
Okay.
Like not even just like the America's Next Top Model, but it was like a late night show and it would just go over models walking the runway. Like it was really weird. But yeah, so I would watch that, you know. And I don't know I know what it was. So my mom had bought me, because I asked for it. I was like, I think just about to get into high school, so I was like 13. It was called the Hollywood Diet. And it came in this like looked like a juice thing. And it was like a liquid. I don't know what it was, what kind of liquid it was, or what kind of mixture it was. But the diet was you're supposed to drink that along with eating healthy. But I didn't read that part. I just saw that I was supposed to drink that. So for 3 days,
That's all you drank?
that's all I drank.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so I dropped weight and I noticed. And that's from then on, like I think I blacked out that summer between middle school and high school because I don't remember eating. I think for 3 months, I'd probably dropped like 40 pounds. And the only thing I remember in that time frame is I remember walking to the fridge, opening the fridge up because I was like, I wanted something.
Yeah.
And I think I tried to grab like a piece of bread, and then there was like a juice, maybe like a Capri Sun, and I took a sip and I felt guilt and I put it back.
Yep.
And then my friend came over after she went to go visit her family in like Texas. And she came over like towards the end of summer, getting ready to go to high school for the first time. And I remember opening the door and she was like, "What the fuck happened to you?"
Oh.
And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Where the fuck did you go?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And because I had dropped a ton of weight and it was extremely noticeable. I was very, very thin. But the thing is like, I'm like, damn, my parents didn't pick up on that,
Yeah.
you know? But I think it, like for my mother, like that thin mentality messed with her so much too, because she had eating issues as well, that it's like, oh, she, like, basically I'm alive, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's hard for parents to see that, to be like, oh damn, my daughter has an eating disorder. You know, but I was literally basically, I'm assuming anorexic, never like clinically diagnosed anorexic, but I hadn't eaten for months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then from that point on in high school, it was like a roller coaster, because then what I would do is I would start eating and then I would get guilt. And so then now I started throwing up. So I had a bulimia issue.
Yep.
And then I went from that to then like binge eating.
Yep.
You know, and so I would go and started with anorexia, then bulimia, and then binge eating. And then I would go back and forth between binge eating and throwing up my food, to doing like extreme dieting, you know, or trying like pills or taking stuff, you know what I mean? Like I remember getting trim spa and just like, this is horrible, sorry in advance, but like puking up just like green, like my bile.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing in my stomach. And so it's like, you know, and so till this day, fast forward, you know, thankfully my husband knows it, and he knows I struggle every now and again with that guilt. And so it's like, did you keep your food down? You know, but now I'm in that same cycle. So I'm in the whole like binge eating phase.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, this isn't, that's what I'm trying to control right now, is because I had like a good period where I did correct my diet, you know, and I did actually eat healthy and work out. And that was like a really good phase of my life. Like I felt good mentally. I felt really good, you know, and then I don't know what happened. Just life happened. I told my husband, I was like, when I'm stressed, I eat. When I'm depressed, I don't eat.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? And so now I'm like, I'm in a really bad struggle with myself to control my eating, but then also not have that guilt for eating, because my first go-to is like, oh, I need to fast, you know? But then I'm like, well, what if I fast, but then I fast too long, you know? And then I'm going to go back to that phase. So it's a struggle.
It is.
Eating's hard, yo. But anyway, so my introduction to body image, or my experience with body image, is my perception of myself is very low. Because even when I was thin, I thought it was huge.
Yeah.
And then I look at pictures and I'm like, you freaking idiot.
Oh
Yeah, it's crazy
You were
because
like
like
this.
Yeah.
even when like
You know?
girls are super skinny, they still think they're fat.
Yeah.
You know? But then now like it's like, so the standard has changed a little bit. Now they want thicker girls, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's switched to the other
Right.
side.
But I'm still seeing it with women too, you know, like they'll tell me, because that's part of my online business, is they'll say, I want to gain weight, I'm too skinny and all this stuff. And it's reversed. And it's
Right.
like, I don't want them to feel that way either.
Right.
because
Yeah,
it
exactly.
sucks. And this is just, it's your mindset. And it's a constant, you need to constantly feed your mind healthy thoughts, I guess is the best way to put it, to have a healthy body. If
Yeah,
you do not
that
have a
makes
healthy
sense.
mindset, you will not accomplish a healthy body, I don't think. And therefore your body image won't be what it should be.
You think
I
it's a
think-
lot? I mean, like obviously it's different with the social media now that everybody's like constantly, like your feed is, you know, like, oh, all these people. You think it's a lot worse now than how it was back in the day, or has it always been the same now? But now it's just a little bit more.
I think for me, I feel like there's a lot more outside influence. Because, you know, I mean, well, internet was, I probably had like a phone when I was in high school and access to internet around the same time. So early on, it was more like family influence, you know, and the cultural beauty standard. But I think after that, then it started to become, what did other high school girls look like?
Yeah.
And then when you start having, well, we started with like Friendster or MySpace or Facebook, and you look at those pictures, you're like, well, what do they look like? And now Instagram, it's so easy to have access to
to all this.
all the world's image, right, and what their idea of beauty is. So like to constantly have to scroll through your feed and be like, damn, she works out, damn, she works out, damn, look at her, or you know what I mean, and you're like, damn, I don't look like that, you know. So it's like you're constantly comparing yourself to these people that you don't even know if that's real, you know. So I think it's just the accessibility that we have to what beauty should look like.
So where are you guys at on, so when you see all this feed on your Instagram, right? Let's say all the standard of beauty, all these like models. How do you guys feel when you guys see that?
That's a good question. There was a moment last year where, you know, I was watching a dancer, and I had just got back into dancing, and she was dancing heels, and I had a negative mindset, like a negative thought about it. I was like, man, like we're the same age, and she shouldn't be doing that. Like something not very supportive. It wasn't a very supportive thought. It was like kind of judgmental. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? It is not my right to judge her. And I was like, if I'm saying this comment in my head, I didn't say it out loud, but I said it in my head. And I said, if I have that comment about her, what am I struggling with? And so that has been another thing I'm focusing on this year is every moment I have, if I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh, well, she blah, blah, blah in your brain naturally, or whatever that may be.
Right.
Oh, she works out too much, whatever it may be. I stop myself and I'm like, okay, what am I struggling with? Maybe I didn't do as well as I wanted to this week. Or maybe, you know, that at that time, that comment I made about the girl dancing, come to find out, that's what I wanted to be doing. I was legitimately jealous of her life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I want to do. And when I was able to admit that, being like, you know what, she's, you know, 30 years old and she's sexy as fuck. I want to be like that. You know what I mean? I want to feel the way she's feeling.
Right.
And once I started to turn inward towards me, it made the social media fun again. It made it more like enjoyable, because it was like,
Because it should be more inspiring than
Exactly.
like being jealous and envious about it, you know?
yep. And it is a constant struggle every day. Like, I'm not perfect at it, but that is just something that's been helping me with the social media, especially since my job is on it. So I am constantly there.
That's good.
Yeah, 'cause
that's hard. I
honestly-
feel like that's hard to do.
It's very hard.
Yeah, because for me, like anything, not just like with body image, but anything that triggers me, it used to be like I would react to it, right? Like if anything triggers me, I would, you know, fight back or whatever. But then now I kind of look at within myself and think about like, why does it bother me when this person did this or this person said that?
Right.
Or if I see something on social media, you know, all of a sudden I get a little envious or whatever. It's I don't know, it's like a constant battle, you know, like always comparing yourself to everybody else.
Yeah.
And
It's tiring too, though.
Yeah.
When you think
So
about
exhausting,
it.
yeah.
It takes
And
a lot
it's
of
like-
energy.
you lose your peace because of the outside force, like for some reason, like, you know, they did something and it probably has nothing to do with you, you know,
Right.
a lot of the times. And then all of a sudden you're out here, like you get triggered and then now your whole day's ruined, you
Yeah.
know? And I still struggle with that too, because I don't know, like trauma's trauma, you know? Like I don't know how you fully get rid of it, or is
Right.
it even possible? Like I guess like the best way to just handle is just do it the best you can, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I was reading a book a while back, and they say that trauma will never go away. It's there in your body. And your mind is smart enough to actually stir you away from experiencing that trauma again. So we experience things like flight or fight mode,
Yeah.
or, you know, even things like you won't go into something, or you'll get anxious. That's where anxiety comes from. Your body is telling you to not go through that experience again because it brought you trauma the first time. But you have to be able to work past it.
Yeah, it was funny
And
because
that's what
like
they say to do.
it was just today. So something happened today, like, and it's crazy how trauma works is because it brings you back to that. I feel like it's like kind of like a time machine, you know, like
It brings you
all of
back
a
to
sudden
that
like
moment.
that one trigger is just like all that feeling, like exact same anxiety you feel. It's just like, what the fuck, you know? I thought I was done with this, but then, you know, sometimes it comes back. But I don't know, I guess you just fight through it, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that has nothing to do with body image, but
I mean,
a little bit too.
Kind of,
because,
yeah.
You know, how we're talking about body image is kind of in the negative sense, right?
yeah.
Because unfortunately, obviously, talking about it, a lot of our experience with our own body image hasn't always been the best, but it's something you have to work through. And, you know, and I've tried like to figure out how to, how to love myself. You know, I think that's what it equates to is, right? Like when I look in the mirror, I want to look at myself and not critique it. You know what I mean? And not be so upset. So it's like what I've tried to do lately is I'm just trying to accept the fact that I'm where I am right now, you know, and that's okay, you know, but what am I going to do to change that, you know? And it's freaking hard, dude. Like, cause so, I mean, basically in like several months I've put on like, 45 pounds.
So,
But see, then it's like I took all that time to work it off.
yeah.
And then something happens, like a life event happens,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh.
Something traumatic in a sense, or some huge stressor. And then it's like, I don't know how to balance that stress along with taking care of my body. So it's like the first thing to go is my body.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
that's so relatable, and that's where you try and figure out like, okay, like, you know, we in our culture, specifically our society, they say that, you know, being selfish or working on you is selfish, when really we are starting to learn that if I keep myself healthy, I can then be a stronger mother, or I can be
Yeah.
a stronger friend and
That's true.
Yeah.
a stronger wife.
Because you can't give what you don't have, you know?
Right.
Like, if you don't have your shit together, like, how are you going to help other people,
Yeah.
you know?
It's true.
So we're like, if you don't have your shit together, now we're just all just fucking drowning
Yeah.
at the same time. So what the fuck are we doing,
Yeah, I
you
know.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I've always kind of like, I mean, because growing up, yeah, we were taught to be like, oh, you should help others and don't be selfish,
Yeah.
you know? And then now, you know, like the last year or so, I've actually realized that, yes, being selfish is a
Yeah,
good
it's
thing,
okay.
you know? And not in a way that, you know, never help anybody, but like work on yourself, and then you can help whoever you can help after that, you know?
Right. Just finding that time to kind of look inward, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's almost like when you say being selfish, it almost seems like you're a bad person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is there a different word for that?
Yeah.
Self-care?
Self-care.
Self-love?
Yeah, self-care.
You know?
I always talk about my intuition. You know, I try really hard to follow my gut feeling, my intuition, and it's just, you know, like that's like probably the most positive way to put it, and it's not there every day. Like, I don't feel like it's like strong every day. You know what I mean? But it's definitely, the more I go inward and the more I guess trust myself, I build trust with myself again. I then can follow my intuition a little bit stronger.
Honestly, like, intuition is kind of like a muscle. Like, the more you use it,
Yes.
the more easier it is to kind of like determine, like, was that an intuition or was that like something else, you know?
Right.
Because like I feel like you'll know, like, your body reacts to like certain things. Like, you're in a room and like, oh, I don't feel good about this room,
Yeah.
you know? Or you meet this person, either you feel really good about them or you don't, you
Right.
know? And that's your intuition. Like, because like sometimes we ignore it because like, oh, maybe I'm just having a
you're
bad
like,
day.
Oh yeah. It's
Or
just-
because like I used to do that, and you know, like I would go into a room and then the vibe was off, but then I was just like, okay, like you know, like I would just kind of ignore it. But
Right.
then now I'm just like, if the vibe's off, like, all right, I'm out of here.
yeah,
you
there
know?
you go. Just trust it.
Yeah.
Trust your feelings.
So, body image. So, what's your let's talk about your ideal of what beauty is. At least, because I think everybody has different perception or
Right.
standards on what beauty is.
Yeah. I love this question. Energy. I think someone's energy is the most beautiful thing. Especially when someone comes in, like I've met certain people and they'll walk into a room and like their energy that they put off is the most beautiful thing
Right.
I see. Because I'm drawn to that person. I want to go talk to that person. I want to be friends with that person. I want to learn from that person. And to me, that's what's beautiful is having a connection with someone like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, there's people too where I'm in the grocery store and I look at that person like, that is a really beautiful person. You know what I mean? Like physically beautiful. And I think it shows too, you know, like when you have that energy, you have this glow about you.
Yeah, that's true too. Because like I've seen very, you know, beautiful, attractive women, but then I'm just like, well, I guess not attractive, but not attractive to me because I'm just like, oh, like, you know, she's bitchy or you know, she's
Or she's even
Doesn't
sitting
have
weird,
good-
you know.
yeah,
Like,
you know, like her energy's off. So I'm just like, man, you look so good, but then like like it turns
But
me,
you
it
don't
really
look so
turns me
good.
off, you know.
yeah, no, I get, yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I can totally agree to that too. Just like energy, because you meet somebody that's might not be the most physically attractive in the standards of you know society, but like they're the most like kindest people, the most you know
Yeah.
friendly, good energy, and like I was telling you earlier that I like hanging out with weird and passionate people more than you know. I don't like.
Really attractive people. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, there's passionate and weird people that are attractive.
Also
You know,
attractive.
example A.
Yeah, me.
Clearly, I don't have body image issue. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I'd rather hang out with you know weird people.
Yeah.
Like I don't like normal people.
Gotta be a little different.
Yeah, I like the odd people, the odd ones.
The weird ones.
Yeah.
Yes. The ones that are just them. You know?
Yeah.
Themselves.
Themselves, yeah.
And that's why I like going to Empire. Like this is like a lot of people that I've met over there are like super kind, welcoming people. That's why I'm excited for us to like take classes over there.
Oh yeah, I'm
you know?
excited too. It's gonna be good.
And they bring their own personality.
Yeah,
You know?
their own like quirks.
Yes. Exactly.
Everybody's just weird.
in a good way.
Yeah. Weird.
That's
weird
not
family.
negative. That's positive. Oh man,
Yeah. But how about you, Felicia? What's your
my standard of beauty.
yeah?
Honestly, what attracts me about a person is their intelligence, like their mind.
Yeah.
Like I love somebody who is intelligent and can speak about a lot of different things, you know what I mean? But like basically have a good deep conversation because I'm a very deep person. So I love people who can hold a conversation
Me too.
and talk about something that's beneath the surface, you know, not just very surface level.
Right.
And then also confidence. And I think that's because it's something that I lack. So I'm drawn to people
Yeah, that
who
have
have
it.
confidence in themselves, and you can see it because I'm like, wow, you know, I'm like in awe almost. I'm like, how do you get to be that confident? Or how do you get to that point? Or what is it that you do that allows you to be so sure? You know, and I think that's what it is, because it's not like the you're full of yourself confidence, but it's like, you know, you can tell how someone carries himself
Yeah,
when
I'm
they
always
speak
kind of.
and how they look. And
I'm kind of curious, you know, like we talk about confidence, right? We see somebody, oh, that guy's confident, but then sometimes we see it's like, oh, that guy's a little bit arrogant. Like, where does
Right.
Yeah,
where does
there
that
is a
line draw? Like,
Yeah.
how? I mean, like obviously, like maybe it's our intuition, be like, yeah, that guy's confident or that guy's full of shit, you know?
I think I know. I was reading something about this. Someone who's confident will come in knowing their worth, but someone who's arrogant thinks that they're the only one that's worthy.
there you go.
Oh, there you
That
go.
was-
That's
yeah.
a good answer, right
That's
there.
a good answer. Because I was gonna say, I feel like when you're arrogant, it's more about you, right?
Yeah,
But
Only you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I think the confidence I'm referring to is, yeah, you know your worth. You're sure of yourself. You handle yourself well. You have like this presence. And that's how like I feel my husband get that way.
Anthony's still out there.
You out there, babe, talking about you. No, but really though, like what really drew me to my husband, and we've been together, will be 8 years
Oh, that's awesome.
on the
Congrats.
22nd.
Oh.
Hey.
Is our conversations. And I think a little bit vice versa, because I was the one, like when I was in college, I just wanted somebody to talk to about all the things I learned. And he was kind of that person, even when we were just friends. But he's very smart and he knows like the random things. And it's like, we'll talk about something random and it's like he's been researching it all his life. And I'm like, how the heck do you know all that stuff?
There's this
He's
thing
like,
called Google, Felicia.
yeah, no, and that's what it is. He's like, I just like to learn things. Like if he's curious, he'll research it, he'll look it up, even if it's quick, gain a little bit of knowledge, listen to a podcast. And so that's how he like has his like Rolodex of different things he can talk about. And I'm like, damn, you're smart.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I'm attracted to people that can actually communicate well too.
What's yours then?
Yeah.
I guess a combination of both of you guys, I guess. Yeah, because I kind of, every time I meet somebody, I sense people's energy, regardless if you guys believe in that or not. But like I can tell who's genuine and who's kind of, I don't want to say fake it, but it's more of, I guess they're just trying to put a front, you know? Like, I guess, because sometimes people just to like to put their best foot forward. And like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But sometimes it could come off very like inauthentic, you know? Like,
Yeah.
because, you know, like some people like, oh
Trying
yeah.
too
like,
hard to be something else.
yeah,
or
like I'm
someone else.
confident, like I'm cool, and that's fine. But it's like, it's fine if you make fun of yourself too. Like, you know, you don't have to take things so seriously. That, and then when I actually get to talk to people and have deep conversations,
Right.
just like honestly, I can't think of the word now. Very shallow conversations is exhausting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, like the elevator speech. I'm like, I don't want to hear about that. Like, it's cool. Like, tell me about your work. Like, yeah, like tell me where you work, but I don't want to hear it. You know,
Right.
That's it. Like, unless your work is something that you're really passionate about. But other than that, like, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, tell me what you're into. Tell me what you like, and tell me your story. You know.
Yeah.
So can I ask if
Yeah,
you
go for
were
it.
if you were on a date and the
Oh,
woman was and the woman was sitting across, what kind of conversation could she have that would really draw you in?
What do you mean, like her answers, or like?
Either one, like maybe she'll ask a question, or maybe like you ask the typical elevator question of work, but like what would be something that kind of is like, oh, this person's unique, this person's energy is, I'm feeling this energy.
I think so in those situations, I normally ask them like what they like to do, because like I want them to think that something positive, you know, because like if I ask about work, normally they hate their job, so so it's like I try not to ask about work, but so I would ask them, you know, what's your hobbies, like what are you into, and then obviously like the conversations go deeper than that, because like I ask following questions, but and I think the way she would probably ask about me too, like what kind of questions is she asking? Yeah, because I'm kind of curious, like, do you really want to know, or do you just trying to be polite right now and like, you know,
Right.
ask me random ass stupid questions?
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because I feel like those answers get very short. You know what I mean? Like they're very closed questions.
Yeah, and
know.
I really want to, every time I like meet somebody like for the first time, you know, I usually go very deep conversations with
On
them.
the first date, you're like, tell me about your life.
And not just like not
me all
just
your
dates
problems.
too. Not just dates too. Just like sometimes when I go coffee with people, you know,
Yeah.
I don't treat it as like a date or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, just talk, And for some reason, I feel like people are very comfortable opening up to me.
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, like I met this one girl like a month ago. Like we had coffee, and then she just basically told me her life story. I'm just like, oh, cool. We're kind of like friends now. Like I
Did
basically,
we just become friends?
yeah, like I'm always kind of curious on like why do people feel like they're. I mean, I don't mind it honestly. Like, yeah, tell me everything, you know.
Yeah.
But then I was just kind of curious, like. Maybe like why do they feel so comfortable to just like share everything, you know? Or I mean like share a lot, I guess.
It's probably because you are asking questions.
Yeah, I do like to ask
Or
questions.
you're showing interest.
Exactly.
I do.
And it
And
could
you
be
know, I like because I like to like don't ask me questions. Let me ask you
Let
questions.
me learn about you.
Yeah.
This is about you.
It's like yeah, my life's cool, but like tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
So I really put you on the spot there asking you a question.
Yeah, honestly,
he's
like it's
He's
very
like, actually, I don't know.
yeah, it's very odd for me to like answer questions, but then like I should probably get used to it, you know,
That's a
because
good
like
answer.
growing up, I was in my head, I was like nobody cares, like why, you know, like why would I tell my story, you know?
Right.
But then I guess some people really do care. Like why would they ask that question, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's true.
but dates are fun.
I don't know. I don't know that life. I have no idea.
You know, Felicia been, you know, married for a while. I mean, not for a while, but been in a relationship for a while.
Yeah, I've
but
been in a relationship for a while. Married only 1 year.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you talk about on your dates? You know, like I mean, you're married
Yeah,
too,
what did
but
you
like,
talk about?
Yeah. Back in the day when I went on dates.
Yeah. Way back before.
Yeah. I don't know. Dating is weird when you were young. Like, especially in college and stuff. Like, I feel like I went through the motions of dating, but like, I don't know what I was looking for.
Like not the, yeah.
You know, I
I
just
can't even.
do you guys
And
expect the
I
guys
wonder if
to
it's
kind
an
of
age
just like?
thing too, though, because I'm like, well, I got with, I don't know when you got with your, you said you're married.
Yes,
So with your husband, but with my husband, I was, oh wait, I wasn't that young. I was 25. But I was in a relationship right before that though too. So I kind of went back to back. But prior to that, like just being in high school, I'm like, you don't really sit down and have a conversation with somebody.
I mean, in high school, you just do
exactly.
stuff.
What did we?
I know.
How did I end up with relationships?
But then it's like,
Yeah.
when
we
you're
talk
younger,
about
though,
for 6 months.
right? I don't know.
because like when you're younger, all you really care about is like how they look.
Yeah,
you
or it
know,
was like,
or
I
who
like
they
you.
were.
You
Yeah,
like me too?
Exactly.
Let's stand next to each other.
Just like basically,
Let's
yeah,
hold
like you
hands.
like each other. Like all right, we're together now.
Right.
Like
Yeah, I can't even.
But
I
now
can't really
it's
tell
more
if anything
of-
developed.
okay, what do I have to offer, and what do you have to
Right.
offer? You know,
Yeah.
like
And I think it's a maturity thing though too, because the older you get, the more you know what you want in a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like you want to find that out, I assume, quick, so that you're not wasting your time.
yeah, because for me, it was funny because like in high school, it was more of, you know, pretty girl, I want her, and then a little bit in college, I'm like, all right, pretty girl that has a little bit of personality. But then now it's just like, I mean, obviously, pretty girl is still important, but like, all right, like I want like a real person,
Yeah.
you know, like that's actually, because like I'm a little bit older now, so I'm probably gonna settle down soon if I do end up finding somebody. I am single,
Yeah,
so.
somebody hurry, because I need to be an auntie.
So if you guys know people out there, know girls that are
He asks
single,
questions, so please be prepared
Yes.
yeah, I do ask questions.
to talk about your life.
but
We'll
yeah.
probably be on a podcast at some point.
Yeah, you probably will.
Oh man, I can't wait to bring
It's
my girlfriend to the
standard.
podcast.
Yeah,
and
me
embarrass
neither.
her.
My God, that'd be great.
Yeah, because we already embarrassed Anthony, so
I mean, if she can handle this, I mean, she's a keeper.
yeah, that is
sure,
true.
keep her
That
in
is
the
true. I
past.
probably should bring
she
her
can-
into the podcast
If she
before
can be
I date
around
her.
your lifestyle, yeah.
First date, guess what?
Yeah, we're going to a podcast.
You gotta bring her to a shoot and a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so one
know?
thing too with I guess body image. I mean, I don't know if this is relate to it, but like jealousy when it comes to like partners,
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
with-
because your
We
career.
talked about that.
yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
So for me, I will admit early on, again, just insecurities. because he's always been in like this industry, and he used to like take his own photos, and obviously with his clothing brand prior, a lot of your promotion was, you know, you give your stuff to beautiful women and they wear it, and you know what I mean? And so because he was always trying to find like inspiration and stuff, you know, he was surrounded by a lot of beautiful women. You know, and I was like, damn, my ass don't look like that. Yeah, my boobs aren't that big. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how do you like me when I don't look like that?
It's
know
like
what I
you
mean?
can. Why are you with me when you can be with
Yeah,
that girl?
exactly.
You know?
So I was a very jealous person because I had insecurities.
Oh yeah.
Did you voice it?
And I didn't voice it at first. It was just arguments all the time because I would see something on his computer.
Oh, you were petty.
Or, yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was. And I completely admit it
person.
now, and I could admit it now because I'm not that person anymore. I've gotten way better. But he kind of knew it. He kind of saw it, and he stuck with me, thank God. He got through that obstacle. And then it turned to, like, then we moved to Vegas. And so he worked for Encore Beach Club.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, them women is also beautiful and practically naked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, it was like a struggle because I'm like, he's around these beautiful women. I don't look like that, you know? But then after a while, you're like, dude, he comes home to me every night. He's been faithful and he shows love to me. You know what I mean? Like I've had no reason to doubt his loyalty. It's just insecurities. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. like I don't care. Like,
hear that, Anthony?
and he knows it too, because like, you know, his ideas, his visions, like, will require other women or beautiful women, or maybe you need to be like half naked. But I'm like, bro, we're past that point now.
Yeah.
You know, but
Hey,
it's been
good for you.
It's been trial and error, and a lot of, you know, self acceptance and acceptance of our relationship. You know, that trust basically.
Yeah.
It was a lot of trust.
Yeah, I think it
And
just all
not that
comes down to
not that I shouldn't have had a reason in the beginning, but it's like insecurities, man, it plays a role. And if you're not comfortable with yourself, that's gonna show.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely.
How about
so
you,
I was
Sarah?
jealous, but I'm not now.
Yeah. Everyone experiences it. I've experienced it multiple times. Even the difference between the beginning of my husband and I's relationship to now has been a huge shift. I'm kind of in the same boat with you. You know, you get to a point where I also see it too. Like, I really do believe like we're at a, like, I love him and he loves me. And I love him enough that I want him to be happy. So if for some reason he's not happy with me, like I would want to know, you know, if he wanted to go and be with, you know, Jennifer Lopez, like,
I mean, that ass though.
I'd be like, wait, Jennifer Lopez has you out, you better go.
Like, bring me too.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
she wants
A group.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like that's something that's kind of helped me these last, you know, like couple months, year, 2 years even, where I'm like, this is who I am, and we're going to connect together or we're not going to connect together. I mean, that's with my relationship, that's with my friendship. You know, those are the people you work with, whoever it may be. But I'm going to be as authentic as I can with myself, and that energy should come back, and you'll either match with that person or you won't. So that's kind of how I'm trying to see
powerful.
it. Thanks.
I like that.
I appreciate
That's
it.
good.
Yeah, because for
That's a
me
really
too,
good
like
way to look at
whoever I end up dating, obviously, you know, as a photographer, and then now doing music, which is like that industry is kind of full of, you know, all this women,
Right.
and that could be, you know, an insecurity, which I totally understand, you know, and I get it if she gets a little jealous, and you know, I would just basically make sure, like, make her feel secure enough to not worry about that. But then I don't want that to be also a constant battle, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be every single fight, and then it was just like every time I do something, like I do a photo shoot or I do
Right.
a video shoot, it's like I
make
don't
a
want to have to
comment.
fight every single time.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to me. Like, that's kind of be one of my, I guess, standards on like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I hope you're okay with it. And like, obviously, I'm not gonna do anything stupid.
Right.
So if they take, it's kind of one of those things like take it or leave it kind of thing, you know. Like as much as like, because that's like that's a big issue, you know. If you're constantly fighting with somebody that's a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a different story. It has nothing to do with body image, I guess, but.
I mean,
In a
it
way.
can be.
does,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because, like in my case, it was
Yeah.
jealousy because, you know, all these other peeps be
Same
looking
with me.
good.
Yeah.
They be looking nice.
Yeah, you get all nervous because, like, oh, there's
Yeah.
a, you know, like, I literally saw a beautiful woman hit on my husband, and, you know, I would be like, oh, what? And then I'm like, no, my husband's hot. He should be hit on. You know what I mean?
You know what's
Like,
funny too? It's like, I don't.
That's my man.
So
You're welcome.
So obviously, I get jealous sometimes, but like I don't get jealous when I date a girl, right? And somebody hits on her. I don't get jealous. It's more of like,
yeah. That's right.
It's more like, yeah, that's my
She's
girl.
mine.
Just like
So
put
like
your
I don't
arm
even
around.
get jealous if like everybody like, oh man, she's hot, whatever, you know, whatever they say. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, I feel more cool.
I know.
But then if she flirts back, like, no,
Hell no.
That's not mine.
no, that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Just get a free drink and be on with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean that was a cool conversation, guys. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
It wasn't too, it wasn't too deep, but it was still deep enough.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know where I was going with that.
Yeah. It was like a massage. Maybe not deep tissue massage.
Yeah, there you go.
was
It's more
but a
just like,
massage.
hey,
Yes.
chill.
Get out those nuts.
But yeah,
it's
thanks for
good.
coming.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you guys
thank
for
you.
having me. I
That was
appreciate
fun.
it.
Yeah, and we also have this
topics.
new segment on the show.
Okay.
We started it last episode.
We did? Oh, what we gonna? Oh, I know.
Since we're talking about body image,
Oh boy.
I don't know if it's gonna be a thing, but like, yeah,
We
why
might
not?
as well.
Might as well.
Are you an ass?
Or a boob girl.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me. Oh well.
What do you
ass for
What do you
sure.
like? What do you like?
Ass. 100%. I've always been a butt girl for sure.
There you go.
There you go.
For guys, same thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what's weird about me? And I said it last time too. I was like, I'm a neck person, like for guys.
Yeah. Or like broad shoulders.
I'm a neck.
Yeah. I could see the
I don't
neck
know
though.
what it is. I think it's because like
I heard it's a very
I want
intimate.
to kiss your neck. yes. And that's because I'm the that's I am.
What
I'm
about
very-
you? I didn't. What?
What?
Are you an ass girl or ass?
So in the
guy,
last
or-
episode, I talked about this. I used to be a boob person when I was a little bit younger. And
Now that he's a matured
I'm
man.
matured, I'm a mature man. I feel like I like to ask more a little bit more. I appreciate both.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have both, so like, yeah.
A1 on Jake's list.
And especially if you're single,
If you're single and you have personality
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can
and
hold
you
a
can
con-
accept his photography business
Yes.
and naked women
And you can hold good conversation.
Yeah.
And you have good energy.
and good energy,
Hey, I'm just gonna cut
submit
that.
your application.
I'm gonna cut that clip and
So
then
when-
put that on, Instagram. Be like, hey,
This is what I'm looking for.
We are holding auditions.
basically.
He'll be ready next time.
Be like, I know. I'm ready for auditions.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you guys. You guys are the best.
Were you
Thank
nervous?
you.
A little
You
bit.
did wonderful.
Thank you. But you guys are fun to talk to. I could talk to you for like 4 more hours.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we're cool, weird.
Yeah.
Cool, weird.
That weird
coolies.
cool. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
Weird and passionate people.
yeah, exactly. Do we have any more questions? Is that
I
it?
think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to the podcast, and thanks for doing my music video.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Wonderful job.
Yeah.
Please, guys, go
If
see
you haven't
the music
seen it,
video.
Sarah killed it.
That,
Oh,
dude, when you did your handstand, it was a headstand.
Oh yeah. No, when she actually it's funny because so when I picked her, I think for some reason like one of your dance video when you did that handstand, like popped up. I'm like, man, hopefully she does that on the video.
Yeah, and she did.
Like I feel like that would be really cool,
She
you
did
know,
not
and she did
disappoint.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was badass.
I should have never told Mo I could do that. I do it in everything now.
Hey, not a lot of people can
not
do
a lot
it
of
though.
people can, so
Yeah.
flaunt that. No, it's great. The music video was great.
It was
like
so
when I walked in there and I was like doing behind the scenes, I was nervous videoing you girls. I was like,
Why?
because they're like all freaking fire.
Oh,
I was like, look at all these
Fuego.
women. They're beautiful. They can dance. The bods are nice. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, it was
I went
hella
home
funny
and I was
too.
like,
When
please go to the gym, Felicia.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, Felicia.
when Monique asked me like, "Hey, what do you want the girls to wear?" I'm like, you know, I want them to wear black and white, and then you know, like obviously like something sexy. She was like booty shorts. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, you said it.
no, it's like
exactly.
I said yes. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
booty shorts. And then what kind of booty shorts? Like,
Oh yeah, there's lots of
There's
different
kinds.
there's
versions?
different
There's
kinds.
a little bit of
Oh my
chic,
God.
there's a lot of bit of
That's what
cheek.
she said.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
She was
There's
like,
tights,
there's
no tights. That's
there's
a whole level.
Whoa.
I guess like a little bit of cheek, and then halfway, basically, and then like full
Thong?
cheek. You know.
Whoa.
And then she was like, oh, I guess I was blushing, apparently. She was like, you don't have to be shy. Like, it's fine. The girls totally understand. I was like, let's
my
go
God.
with the middle.
Where's the behind the scenes for that?
I know. I wish I
Dude, you
recorded
need to
it.
just bring
Seriously.
me to all your little meetings and let me
Yeah.
catch that, please.
Someday, Felicia, I'll hire you to just follow me around. Just, you know,
You'll be that
film
big.
everything.
There you go. I mean, dude, I'm on the end credits, so I'm happy. So I legit jumped up and down. I was like, I'm on the end credits.
Everybody enjoyed the end credits. Even
Yeah,
Jo-
bro, did you see your name on there?
yeah, even Joanna
cool.
like was pretty excited about the end credits too. Even some of
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, we were. We were like, that's my
I didn't
name.
expect it at all. So
No,
thanks.
honestly, I was so grateful to everybody that helped. So I'm just like, I needed to, you know. Even though that wasn't part of the song, I just added like extra, you know, music in there just so I can add some credits because give credit where credit's due.
Cool.
That's
Cool
awesome.
story.
Such a great
Thanks.
experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
All right.
can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, this is the end of the podcast. While I'm trying to figure this out,
Be prepared.
I know
JERiCK.
I'm never prepared.
This is the 50-something episode.
And I still have
he'll
to
get
find
it right.
new sounds too.
I know.
Just
Just record me.
yeah,
Yeah, all her sound effects.
that's true. But anyways,
All right.
that's it. See you
Thank
guys
Bye.
next
Bye.
week. Peace.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Yeah, you should
could
have
just
told
peace.
me.
Okay.
No, we just made it
Peace.
bad.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right. 60th episode.